The quiet heart who built a dream, how one invisible sister found love, truth, and her own forever. I walked into the small bridal boutique on Maple Street on a rainy Thursday afternoon, expecting nothing more than a routine fitting. The bell above the door chimed softly, and the familiar scent of fabric, steam, and lavender greeted me. This was supposed to be a happy moment. One of those memories you replay later in life and smile at. Instead, the woman behind the counter froze when she saw me. "Oh, hi, Lauren," she said carefully, her eyes flicking toward the back room. "I didn't realize you'd be coming today." My stomach tightened. Why wouldn't I come? This is my final fitting. She swallowed. "Your sister was here yesterday." She picked up the dress. For a moment, I genuinely thought I'd misheard her. "My sister?" I repeated. "No, that's impossible." The manager stepped out from the office, holding a clipboard like a shield. "She had your driver's license," she said gently. "She said you asked her to grab it for you because you were overwhelmed." The room tilted. That dress wasn't just fabric and lace. It was 2 years of overtime, skipped vacations, and quiet sacrifices. It was the first thing in my life that felt truly mine. And my sister had taken it. My name is Lauren Whitmore. I'm 30 years old, and for as long as I can remember, I've been the invisible one. My younger sister, Savannah, has always been the sun. Effortless smile. Perfect hair. The kind of person people notice the second she walks into a room. Family gatherings revolved around her stories, her plans, her dreams. I was the planner. The fixer. The reliable one. "Lauren's the strong one," my parents liked to say. "Savannah needs support." I learned early not to ask for much. When I met Ethan, everything changed in ways I didn't expect. He didn't talk over me. He listened. When I doubted myself, he didn't rush to reassure me, he asked why I felt that way. He made space for me. We got engaged on a quiet beach at sunset, just the two of us, waves brushing the shore like they were keeping a secret. I wanted our wedding to feel the same way, intentional, intimate, honest. Savannah got engaged 3 months after I did. Suddenly, everything became a competition I never agreed to enter. Her venue was bigger. Her guest list longer. My parents started calling her wedding the big one and mine sweet and simple. I told myself it didn't matter. Until the dress. When I drove to my parents' house after leaving the boutique, my hands were shaking so badly I had to sit in the car for a full minute before going inside. Laughter spilled out through the open windows. I walked in and stopped cold. Savannah stood in front of the living room mirror, wearing my wedding dress. She twirled when she saw me. "Isn't it amazing?" she said. I knew ivory was my color. My mother sat on the couch, phone raised, snapping pictures. "Hold still, honey. This lighting is perfect." "That's my dress," I said quietly. Savannah laughed. "Relax. I just needed to try it on. Yours will be fine. You're not sentimental about things like this." Something in me cracked. "I paid for that dress," I said. "I worked for it. It's mine." My father finally looked up from the TV. "Lauren, don't be dramatic. Savannah's wedding is first. Let her enjoy it." Savannah tilted her head. "Besides, it suits me better. You're more minimalist." That night, I cried harder than I had in years. Not just because of the dress, but because it confirmed something I'd always known and tried to ignore. I wasn't seen. What Savannah didn't know, what no one in my family knew, was that my boring job as a freelance visual designer had quietly grown into something powerful. I worked under a non-disclosure agreement. My name never appeared in credits. But my work did. I designed campaign visuals for major streaming platforms. I created branding for best-selling authors, and for the past year, I'd been collaborating with Evelyn Hartwell, one of the most respected couture designers in the country. The dress Savannah wore wasn't just expensive. It wasn't legally hers to touch. I hadn't planned revenge. I hadn't even planned confrontation. But I had documented everything. The stolen ID. The boutique footage. The contracts. When I told Evelyn what happened, she was silent for a long time. Then she said calmly, "Lauren, that gown is a protected prototype. What your sister did is serious." Savannah, meanwhile, was posting daily wedding updates. She tagged designers, influencers, even tried to sell photo sessions with the dress. 2 days before her wedding, Evelyn made a decision. Savannah's ceremony was packed. Guests filled the pews. Music swelled. Cameras flashed. She walked down the aisle glowing with confidence. And then, right before the vows, the doors opened. Evelyn entered with her legal team. The room went silent. "That dress," Evelyn said clearly, "is stolen intellectual property. It was designed for Lauren Whitmore, my business partner." Gasps rippled through the crowd. My parents looked like statues. Savannah's smile collapsed. The dress was removed. The ceremony dissolved into chaos. People whispered. Some left. I didn't feel triumphant. I felt free. A week later, Ethan and I got married in a small garden surrounded by people who truly knew us. Evelyn redesigned the gown, softer, lighter, perfectly mine. As I walked toward Ethan, he smiled like I was the only person in the world. For the first time, I believed it. My parents apologized eventually. Not perfectly. But honestly enough. Savannah moved away. We don't speak much now. And that's okay. Love, I learned, isn't about being louder or brighter. Sometimes it's about being steady. About building quietly. About finally choosing yourself, and letting yourself be chosen in return. Because the quiet heart, when it's finally seen, can change everything.